Hello everybody. Today we are going to have a little bit of a heart-to-heart. It's been a little while since I had one, and there is a challenge that I am going to set forward for anybody who's willing to have a radical way of thinking. So I saw a video, and of course I'm going to share that video with all of you. And that video was all about what if you were given only 1 year to live. So let's talk about that in today's video. I recently watched a video and it really was thought-provoking, and it really got me setting in motion what I want to do this year as my challenge. I'm going to be coming forward to all of you in 3 months and 6 months and 9 months, and then of course a year. Now this is a thought that a lot of people would say, well, they really don't want to think about this. Why in the world would they want to think about dying? But in this video, which I'm sharing with you in the description box below, it is a different concept of what we would all think. So here's what we're thinking. Here's the beginning of it. What happens if you were told by the doctor that you only had 1 year to live? How would you conduct your life different? Would you be different, or would everything be the same? What if you chose each day to live as if it was your last? What would it be like? That is my challenge, and that is what I am going to be doing starting today. I'm going to have a challenge for anybody who's willing to go along with me. And what would it be like if we thought each day, individually, each day may be our last day? You know, looking back and thinking of all the time that I wasted energy on worrying about what other people think, and worrying about what other people said, and worried about what other people would comment. None of those things would matter, would they? None of that would even matter. Could we be the best that we possibly could be when we think that we may not live very long? Of course, people who were told this, their lives have changed, and the majority of us will never have to face that, thankfully. But there may be some of you watching my video who actually are facing that today, are facing a very uncertain future. But for some of us who aren't facing that, what happens if we would take that and make it into the best life we possibly could? So would I take all of my money that I have saved and just squander it and throw it away and live life on the edge? No, I wouldn't do that, because I want to keep my money so it can help my children and my husband if I wasn't here on this earth. So I wouldn't be spending any extra money. But what would I be doing? What would I be doing if I thought tomorrow may never come? That's going to be my challenge. For me, it would be a challenge of just living each day to the fullest. As simple as that. When my parents passed away, all the memories flooded back to me. And I'm sure it has to all of you who have lost loved ones. Your memories and all of the things that you thought about that you forgot about until after your loved ones were gone. And while my mother had years of us knowing that she wasn't going to live very long, my father died instantly almost. In fact, well, we had no idea. 1 minute he was fine and he seemed very good mentally and physically, and the next day he was gone. Just like that, like a light switch turning off, my dad was gone. When my mother passed away, I had all of these years of knowing it was going to happen. I had it already established in my heart, in my mind. I was able to say everything I wanted to say to her, and it wasn't a shock. But when my father passed away, it was like I had not said everything I wanted to say yet. Even though I did say a lot to my father. I'm the kind of person who just shares my heart with people. But yet, it's so final. So what would we do? Would we look out the window and say, that is so cold and horrible and wet and nasty snow. Oh, I hate snow. That is going to be my challenge. And my challenge is I am going to be held accountable to all of you that I am going to live each day in the moment. About a month ago, I started that on my channel. And I remain positive and with the thinking of what happens if today was my last day. Not in a depressive way, but in a way, can I see things with a different eyes? And that is what I want to do, and that is what I'm really excited about, and I can't wait to share that with all of you. Constant counter of dishes make a difference? Would the countless meals that we cook make a difference if it was our last meal? Can we possibly each day wake up with a new perspective of our lives? Can I each day say, look at what I have, and not think about what I don't have? Is it realistic to think this way? Is it realistic to change our thoughts in such a way? It'll be very interesting. That I will going to tell you what has changed in my life, what's hard for me. And I think probably one of the hardest things for me is learning to be victorious. And I have come a long way. I am still working on it instead of always being the victim. And maybe trying to see people in a different light, even though some people are very hard to love and very hard to like. But can it change my whole life? You see, we're all only given one life to live. No matter if you're rich, if you're poor, if you're beautiful, if you're short, if you're tall, it doesn't matter who you are. You're given one life to live. And once you live that life and it's gone, well, it's gone. There's no other homestead Tessies. There's no other me or you. So while we're on this earth, isn't it important to live on this earth like there was no tomorrow? Because that way we are doing the most with what we can when we can. I don't know. I'll let you watch the video and let you figure out for yourself how it spoke to you. If you're watching this video and you have a loved one that is passed away and you're sitting there alone, I want you to know that you as an individual are highly cherished and that you still have your life to live. It's very hard and very challenging to look beyond what has happened in your life. But I'm here to encourage you to think about what your life was before the loved one was in your life. For me, I've been married since I'm 17 years old. So for me, I would have to go back to my childhood. What are the things that I enjoyed? Find the things that made you who you were and who you are and bring them back into your life, because your loved one would want you to continue your life. Your loved one would want you to be happy, to pursue the things that you enjoy, even though it's in a challenging situation and you never ever totally fill that hole in your heart. No matter how many years go by, that hole is always there. It's always a constant reminder. Always have that, don't we now?